It seems like you've had quite a day.
Dad is just unbelievable. The second we get back to Roland, he says, "I'll leave the reporting to you," and takes off for home. The sheer nerve, I tell you.
There's no need to make a mountain out of a molehill over it. At least the boys came back safe and sound. Anyway, I think that's all there is to report.
You did well for your first assignment. From the details of your report alone, I believe I can commend you both for a job well done.
You should be proud of yourselves.
You really think so?
I know so. In fact, you'll do even better on your next job. If anything else comes up, I would appreciate your help again.
Sure.
How about we head home too?
I guess we'd better. I've still got dinner to prepare.
Would you mind holding on a second? A letter arrived for your father just a little while ago. Unfortunately, since he went straight home, I never got a chance to give it to him. Do you think you could deliver it instead?
I wonder if it's more work-related stuff.
I imagine so. The letter appears to be from one of our foreign branches.
One of the guild's foreign branches?
As I'm sure you already know by now, Liberal isn't the only country where the Bracer Guild exists. On top of that, your father is widely known all across the Zumurian continent, so we can expect these kinds of letters from time to time.
If you two would be so kind as to make sure he gets this letter, I would really appreciate it.
Hey, Joshua. Do you think I'm really cut out to be a bracer?
Well, you seem to have inherited your father's skill with a staff, and your nosy personality doesn't let you ignore someone in distress.
Really? You think so?
Sure, but why are you asking? Are you still thinking about what happened back at the tower?
Yeah, because of my carelessness, Luke almost got caught in the middle of a dangerous situation. If Dad hadn't come when he did, he could have been seriously injured. I guess I'm just worried about whether or not I'll be able to stay on top of things in the future.
That kind of talk doesn't sound like the Estelle I know.
Huh?
If we fail today, then all that's left to do is take back our losses tomorrow, right? Overthinking and worrying about things that haven't happened yet is definitely not like you. Isn't being a bracer what you've always dreamed of? How can you expect to succeed if you let something like what happened today discourage you?
Joshua, you're right. This isn't like me at all.
I don't think a serious expression really suits your face either. You laughing like a big ditz is far more natural for you.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're gonna see my angry expression if you keep that up.
Okay, I admit that last comment was pushing things a bit.
I'll overlook it this time. And thanks for cheering me up. I don't know about you, but I'm so ready to get home and eat. My stomach just started growling like a bear.
Maybe glutton is closer to the mark than ditz.
We're home, Dad! We finished reporting to the guild just like you told us to.
Good work, kids. The details of your reports will be reviewed at each branch and will affect your pay and rank advancement in the future. Please make sure that you always remember to do it.
Don't worry, we will. And before I forget, I got a copy of the liberal news you wanted. There was this letter for you at the guild, too.
A letter?
Well, I'm gonna get cleaned up and start dinner. Oh, and, Dad. Thanks for coming in when you did today. You really helped me out back there.
I see you're being rather gracious today. Papa's happy. How delightful that my daughter has finally understood what a great man her father truly is. There's no need to hold back, Estelle. Come and jump into your father's loving arms.
In your dreams. I swear the men in this house have one thing in common. They never know when to shut up.
I guess she's not as depressed as I'd thought she'd be. Should I be thanking you, Joshua?
I didn't do much. I just gave her a push in the right direction. Estelle's a resilient girl to begin with.
Yes, she is. But she still has a long way to go. She'll run into more than just a few stumbling blocks in this line of work. And overcoming those obstacles is what will teach her to stand on her own 2 feet.
There's that soft side of yours talking again.
Oh no! Are eggs supposed supposed to explode like that? I guess I shouldn't have gone in expecting to make a perfect meal in a single try. No, wait. Cooking is supposed to be about passion. Exploding eggs are passionate, right?
That daughter of mine can sometimes be a little too passionate.
I think I'll go help with dinner. We don't want the curtains to catch fire again. But at this rate, there's no telling when we can expect to have a bite of food ready on the dinner table.
All right then, let's see what this letter is all about, shall we? A message from the Erebonian Empire? What? Wow, this is a surprise.
This new dish is what I call Estelle's Explosion over Rice. Be sure to savor every last morsel.
I will. Your cooking this evening is excellent. My compliments to the chef.
This is raw talent at its best. Today certainly has been a busy but great day nonetheless. We qualified as junior bracers, had our first real assignment, and I didn't even lose my eyebrows making dinner this time.
Not to mention the food being delicious. For a first attempt, this dish is actually quite edible. At first I thought I might have to pitch it out the window when you weren't looking, but it seems that technique won't be necessary tonight.
Sometimes you're just so despicably rude, Dad. Don't you know how to just be humble and say that something tastes nice?
Alright then, how about this? Boy, I never thought I'd be able to eat something wonderful like this before I had to leave on business. You made a splendid meal, Estelle.
Thanks, Dad. Wait. Business?
Are you really leaving again?
Yes. Something unexpected came up. This time I'm going to be away for a while.
Oh, hold on a minute. You're leaving? When?
Tomorrow morning.
What? I don't care what kind of job you're doing. That's just too soon.
It's about that letter, isn't it? Was there some sort of incident?
Oh, it's nothing like that. Just a simple investigation. I'll have to visit a number of places, so it'll take me about a solid month before I'm through. That being the case, please take good care of the house while I'm away.
What do you mean, that being the case? You always use some vague excuse like that to take off for who knows how long.
We have to accept it, Estelle. A bracer's job is to help those who come to us for help.
I know. But what are you going to do about all your jobs here at the Roland branch? You've already accepted a few of them, haven't you?
Oh, only about 5 or 6. So, I was thinking, how about the both of you handle them for me instead?
What? Are you really asking us to do the work you're supposed to be doing?
That I am. I'll have you do the ones which I think you can accomplish, and I'll ask Sherazard to handle the difficult ones. So, what do you say?
Sure, of course we will. You're okay with doing these too, right, Joshua?
Yeah, no problem. Looks like a good way to get some experience as a bracer.
Then it's settled. I'll stop by the guild and let Aina know about the change of plan before I leave.
All right. I'm starting to feel more determined than ever. We'll have to bust our tails with these jobs so we don't tarnish your name while you're gone.
Oh, Estelle, my beloved daughter. Papa is so proud. Oh, my dear Lena, who art in heaven. Can you see your daughter now? Our little Estelle has grown up to be such a lovely young woman.
Face it, Dad. You're getting old. If people lose their trust in you at this age, you might as well just throw the towel in forever. I'm only helping you out because I'm your daughter, and I have a duty to pay you back for the last 16 years.
I'm only 45. And what's more, I'm very likely the most active member in the entire guild.
Not bad for a pair of comedians. By the way, Dad, which flight will you be on tomorrow? The one headed for Gronsel or the one headed for Bose?
I'll be on the one headed for Gronsel. My flight departs at 10 o'clock in the morning.
That means I'll have to get up a little earlier tomorrow. I better set my alarm clock just in case.
Dad.
Are you still awake, Joshua?
You'd better hold off on the liquor or Estelle will get mad again.
This is just my way of lifting my spirits before I travel. How about yourself? Would you like to join me for a drink?
I'll pass. Actually, what I should be saying here is, don't offer alcohol to minors. I'm not like Shara, who would jump at any chance to enjoy a drink. Or 10.
That's because she holds her liquor much better than I do.
There's something really serious happening, isn't there?
There's no conclusive evidence, but there appears to be some sort of movement with
The Erebonian Empire? That sounds pretty suspicious.
This movement doesn't appear to be overt, but that's what has me worried. I intend to do a little probing at the Erebonian embassy to see what turns up.
Understood. I'll make sure to look after Estelle while you're gone.
Don't you spoil that girl, you hear me? Now that she's become a bracer, she needs—
Estelle will be fine. She's got good instincts, and despite being a bit rough around the edges, she has talent with the staff as well. There's no doubt in my mind that she'll be a first-class bracer someday.
Yet at present, she's like a babe in arms who knows nothing about the realities of the world around her. At some point in time, she'll have to choose which path to follow in life. And Joshua, the same thing can be said for you, too. It's already been 5 years since you became a part of this family, hasn't it? How time does fly.
Yes, It sure does seem that way.
About what you said back then. Are you sure you won't reconsider taking...
For me, keeping my word is what defines who I am. If I can't do something as simple as that, I don't know how I could live with myself. I know this may sound stubborn, but I can't take back what I said. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize. But I'd like you to remember this. No matter what path you choose in life, you can't erase these past 5 years. Estelle and I will always be your family, no matter what may befall you.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, it looks like it's time for me to board my flight. Estelle, don't do anything I wouldn't do myself. And try not to be a handful for Joshua either.
For the umpteenth time, I heard you already. How about you try not to go overboard yourself with your own work? You're not getting any younger, you know.
Say what you will, but I'm not about to be overtaken by any youngsters. Sherazard, I'm really sorry about placing all this work on your shoulders at the last minute.
Please, don't be. I am slightly concerned, however, about whether or not I can do a decent job in your place.
There's no need to be humble, Silver Streak. And I don't mean to make your life any more difficult, but please keep an eye on these two.
You just leave that to me. Is tightening up the reins and not spoiling these two fine with you?
You definitely understand the way I think.
What was that all about?
It looks to me like a mutual understanding between master and pupil.
The Granzel-bound airliner Lind will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now.
Uh-oh, I'd better take my seat.
Have a great trip, Dad. We'll take care of everything here while you're gone.
I'm not sure everywhere you'll be going, but don't forget to bring me back a souvenir. A little fancy something would be nice.
Hey now, this trip is for business, not pleasure. If I have any money left over, I'll certainly think about it though. Alright, you two. Be good while I'm gone.
He's gone. Again.
Yeah.
Come on, you two. There's no need to look so down. Your father will be back in no time. I don't know what kind of investigation he's been asked to do this time, but when it comes to your father, he'll have it done before you know it.
I'm not sad that he's gone. He's always been away more than he's been at home.
All right, if you say so. Anyway, I'm going to get to work on those jobs your father left for me, but if you run into any trouble, give me a holler.
Will do. But first, I'd like to try and finish a few jobs with Joshua. I want to see what we're capable of doing as junior bracers.
All right, if you insist. I imagine that with Joshua tagging along, there's probably not much to be worried about. Good luck, you two.
Thanks!
We'll do our best. So, what do you want to do now, Estelle? Shall we go stop by the guild?
Yeah, we should probably talk to Ina and find out what jobs are waiting for us. Let's go!
Oh, good morning, Estelle and Josh. Has your father already left?
Yup, just barely. That's why we came here to find out about the jobs he left for us.
Sure. There are a total of 3 jobs I have lined up for you. For the first one, I'd like you to head out to the farm west of here.
The farm west of here? Isn't that where Tio lives?
Tio? I seem to have heard that name somewhere before.
Tio Prezell. She was one of our classmates at Sunday school. She's also the Prezell farm owner's daughter.
Oh, really? It's actually the Prezell farm that put in a request for someone to exterminate some monsters.
Are they really having problems like that?
Fortunately, nobody has been hurt, but the owner and his family are upset over their fields being destroyed by the creatures. Therefore, the guild received an extermination request.
I never would have expected something like that to happen. Okay, we'll head out there right now.
Here, take this with you. This document certifies that you were dispatched by the guild. Please give it to the owner of the farm.
We already know Tio's father pretty well, so I don't think this'll be necessary. But we'll take it just in case. No matter when we come here, this place is always so tranquil. It's hard to imagine monsters running amok here.
I certainly don't sense anything out of the ordinary either. Anyway, let's go ask someone here to fill us in on the details.
I wonder if Tio is home today. Hi, Tio!
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Estelle? And Joshua too? Did you guys come for a visit?
Not exactly. We're here on bracer business. We heard that you've been having some trouble with monsters.
You finished all your training? That's wonderful news! Maybe you can help.
So there really are monsters giving you trouble, huh?
Regrettably, that's been the case the past several days now. Thanks to which, I'm suffering from a lack of sleep.
Which means the monsters only come out at night?
You're very perceptive, Joshua. It'd be better if you got all the details from my father, though. I imagine he should be back from delivering the milk and vegetables any time now.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Purcell.
How's everyone getting on these days?
Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua.
What brings you to our neck of the woods? Did you come to see Tio?
We were actually just chatting with her outside.
To tell you the truth, we're here on an errand today from the Bracer Guild.
Is that so? But don't you think this job is a little dangerous for just the two of you to handle?
I agree. I'd feel terrible if one of you were to get hurt.
Don't sweat it. We're bracers, after all. And taking care of monsters is right up our alley.
The guild has even authorized us to carry out this task. If you wouldn't mind leaving it to us, we'd be more than grateful.
Well, alright then. Go ahead and have at it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Purcell. Then, could you tell us a little more about the monsters that have been wrecking your fields?
I haven't been able to get a clear look at one yet, but they seem to resemble something like a chubby cat. As far as I can tell, 3 or 4 appear at night and raid our fields, gnawing on anything they can get their grubby little paws on.
They don't seem threatening exactly, but they're extremely nimble. We've tried many times to capture them over the course of the last several nights, but to no avail.
Sounds like a pretty strange bunch of creatures, if you ask me.
Since they only appear under the cover of night, we'll have to wait for it to get dark.
Then how about taking a load off until then?
I assume you'll be joining us for dinner, right?
You said the magic word! You bet I will! I'm a huge fan of your cooking, Mrs. Purcell. I can't wait!
You sure know how to please a woman who spends a lot of time toiling in the kitchen. And for that, I'll whip up something special that'll live up to your expectations.
Oh, that was delicious! Your mom's cooking is as good as ever, Tio!
That's because she gets excited to cook whenever we have guests over for meals. I feel really bad for Joshua, though. With the little ones jumping all over him like that.
It's probably a good thing. Surprisingly enough, kids tend to latch onto him a lot. If anything, I'm more blown away by the fact that the children enjoy playing with such a stick in the mud.
I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, don't you? He's definitely courteous and maybe even a tad reserved, but if you get to know him, he's really a caring young man. The fact that he's not self-conscious about it, too, gives him points in my book.
You really think so?
Think about it. With those striking facial features, mysterious amber eyes, and lush black hair, it's only natural that he'd be a target for all the young girls.
Is Joshua really that popular?
Are you blind, Estelle? Rumor has it that more than just a few girls have asked to go out with him. I hear that he turned them all down, though.
I had no idea. Joshua never said a word to me about it. I don't know how I should even begin to describe his secretive nature after hearing this. But how utterly cruel of him to not confide in me!
If you were a boy, I imagine it would be a different story. But as a girl, I don't think that's something he would talk to you about. And the fact that you haven't fallen for him yourself is beyond me.
Huh? Why what?
Estelle, you're in there, aren't you? It's about time to do our rounds.
Alright, I'm coming! I'll be back after Joshua and I get the job done, Tio. I'd like to continue this conversation then, okay?
Oh, all right. Be careful out there, That girl, she's either completely out of touch with matters of the heart or just plain dense. Poor Joshua. He really has his work cut out for him.
It seems as though the monsters always show up at about this time. We'd better get outside and take a look around. What's going on, Estelle?
I've gotta ask, Joshua. You don't happen to have any secrets you're not telling me about?
Come on now. Where are you coming up with this stuff?
Since you came to live with us, we've always done everything together, right? Even though we've had our fair share of fights, they're all good memories for me now, and what I mean to say is, I've come to think of you as family, in every sense of the word.
Estelle.
So, if there's anything on your mind you'd like to talk about, I'm available to lend an ear. You know, about things like trouble with your love life and whatnot.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here to listen. If you... let's hurry up and get out there so we can kick some monster butt.
What kind of nonsense is Tio putting into that girl's head? Secrets, huh?
Wow, it's really dark out here in the countryside. So, Joshua, how do you think we should go about making the rounds?
Let's see. How about we start by checking around the house first and then move on to the fields, stable, and greenhouses? We should be able to cover the entire farm by doing it this way.
All right. Let's go.
I should have figured monsters wouldn't bother coming in here.
The glow of the ornaments sure give this place a romantic ambience. Makes me feel like it was all worthwhile just setting foot in here.
You are definitely a ditz, Estelle.
At least it's better than being dense like someone I know. No monsters here.
All right, let's keep moving.
Psst, look! It's getting away! Hey, get back here, you little furball!
I could still sense its presence. It's staying put on the farm for the moment.
Well, good, because it's about to get caught. I got him! I think it's time to teach this critter a lesson.
Here's where our job really starts, so stay alert and don't let your guard down.
All right, we rule!
My goodness, the work of a bracer is something else. You kids have done a fine job of rounding up these critters.
It was nothing really. I wanted to ask you though, now that they've been caught, what do you plan on doing with them? Now that we've given these critters a good thrashing, I don't think they'll cause any more trouble.
Estelle, how's that going to benefit anyone if we show these creatures any mercy now? We're here to do a job by exterminating the monsters, remember?
But...
In any case, we're here to do a job in Dad's place. If the same thing happens again, what will you have to say for yourself?
I see what you're getting at, but...
You know, it was only some vegetables that were damaged, so... What do you think about letting it slide this time?
You know, after taking a beating like that, I'm sure they've learned their lesson.
Tio, Mrs. Purcell.
But in this case, I strongly suggest otherwise.
I myself am against killing them too. Whether it's us or them, the fact of the matter is, we're all living beings trying to survive on the same land. To some degree, I think we need to be mindful of those creatures living around us as we go about our daily lives. I know you may disagree with me, Joshua, but would you mind sparing these creatures just this once?
Understood. Since this is coming from the ones who suffered the actual loss, I won't object to your request.
I'm really sorry about this, Joshua. I know I had you two come all the way up here. I'll make sure to reinforce the fence and devise a way to prevent this from happening again.
Then that's that. All right, you critters. You better count your blessings. If we catch you around here again, you won't be so lucky. Now scram!
Well, I'll consider this matter closed. Tonight's been a long night, so how about we head back to the house and hit the sack? The two of you are more than welcome to spend the night.
Sounds good to me.
I appreciate your hospitality.